Alright, let's take a little walk around the shop and try out the new camera. This is the Panasonic 380. Yeah, 380, that's probably why I bought it, because it reminds me of a caliber. So, so anyhow, got the battery on charge. Today is Saturday. I don't know what date it is, but it's Saturday. It's July. I'm thinking it's the 8th. About 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's actually nice out. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, but yet it's not hot. Not yet anyway. It's actually a nice breeze. Nice. It's nice out today. If I had to pick a day, this would be the day. So, but meanwhile, let's do some zoom in over here. I don't know if you can see it, but way over there above the tent, and I'm still getting used to, well, I haven't getting used to it. I haven't even used it yet, but let's see here as far as focusing and zooming and stuff like that. But way over there beyond the tent, there's a little blue speck, and that is a birdhouse. If I can find it, there it is. There is a birdhouse there. Now, it's actually 3 of them on that pole. But, so the zoom seems to work pretty good for all that I would need it for anyway. Focus, I don't know. I haven't dealt with that yet. I think it's doing okay on its own. I don't even know if there's anything for me to do with it. And there's a bench way out there. There's another one up here. Hey, birdies. Where are you? I just thought I'd seen you. Oh, it doesn't want to focus on that. Why not? Okay. But meanwhile, there's another bench. Wife gets those at work for Zip. So, other than that, here we are. Like I said, I got to read the manual on this thing to see what it actually does and doesn't do. And see what happens one thing at a time. But I'm just getting an idea what it does out here. Now, right now, I am back to the sun, and I'm also in the shade. Got a bird waterer over there, bird bath. They use it all the time. What that is, it's an old plastic rolling pan for painting. And I put it on a couple of L brackets, put a little shelf above it just to keep it out of the sun. And they're in it all the time. Okay, so meanwhile, like I said, I'm just checking here to see what's going on and what's not going on. My back is to the sun. However, I am standing under a little bit of a back porch thing here in the back of the shop. So I'm in the shade. That's what happened to the ground with that bird poo, feed, seed stuff that I had dropped as I brought it way, way, way yonder. But as you can see, it burnt the crap out of the grass. And you don't smell it anymore unless you roll around in it. So if the boys walk in it, I'll smell it on their paws. So I have to wash their paws off every night before we go in the house. But other than that, hopefully this will decompose and get rid of it or whatever real soon. We did have some nice rain yesterday, so that helped. There's some irrigation pipe I got to get out. I got to get that done. Dog's kennel, now that I moved the bird feeder out of there, I can get in the kennel and get that cleaned out. So the bird feeder was kind of right in the way, because what it had done was it stopped me from getting in there with the tractor. And when I get in there, I got to get in there with the tractor. So here's the boxes I got to put the covers back on. This one and the other one down underneath here. Now we're trying it with no light out here. We're in not a dark area, but a darkened. I got to put the cover on that box. Now this box I really haven't got to put a cover. Well, I do have to put a cover on it. But this box has nothing to do with what I was doing. This was the original power that used to be up in there And that used to be up on a pole with 2 little screw-in fuses. And what I did was, and the wire used to come across the top, outside from the house to the top of the garage, and then down into those little screw-in fuses. Well, what I did was, again, I buried it all. When I buried everything, brought it up inside the post there, so it's out of the way, and came down. I put a breaker here, so it's identical as far as all the wiring that's coming out of it, but it's all new, basically, coming into it. And then out here, I got to clean that up. Got to paint the back. Well, got to paint the whole house. I started power washing it. Oh, there's a little birdie out there drinking, so I don't want to bother. There he goes. Okay. Got to start painting the house. I started power washing it. It's been like 10, 12 years since I painted the house. And out there's a breaker box. Not the breaker box, but the outside junction box. And then there's a generator plug there that's got 220 on it. Generators in that. We did order a regular generator case that's going to fit there, just it hasn't come in yet. And over in that kennel area, right about there, is where the bird feeder used to be. And I'll take you over there. And now I just got to get out here with the power washer and power wash everything down and clean things up and do what I got to do. And then in here, I got to get this all out. I keep this hanging in the wintertime like it is, and now that we have air conditioning, because the boys have a tendency of wanting to go in and out this door, not the doggy door. So I'll usually leave it open about a foot, foot and a half. So this helps keep the heat in the wintertime and the cool in the summertime. And these are their old beds that we had out here last year. So I'll take those out and I'll power wash the crap out of them. And then let them dry out there in the sun. Then I can drag them back in. And then next year we'll throw these away. And the ones that are in the house I'll bring out here and we'll buy new ones for the house. And that's how that works. The wife did buy all new of those there. They look like hammocks. And they're good up to 200 pounds, so Duffy can get on it. She bought 5 of them, but they're not using them. You know, and they're supposedly the ones that, you know, keep you cool because it's a breathing material that's there. And, you know, the water doesn't build up in it. And, you know, it's like a mesh. All right, let's go back into the shaded area here, or the darkened area. Now that everything is pretty well set and the air conditioners are working, that one's back in the window where it belongs. And now I got to start cleaning all this up and get that back over there so I can get my table saw back. I got to cut that up. I have a project I got to get done, and been thinking about it now for the last 4 weeks. But I just didn't want to come out here in the heat and do it. So, and I wanted to concentrate on the air conditioner. There's a sheet of Kydex there I have to do. I want to get a couple holsters done. But again, I can't do any of this until I get that over there. Now, I hate to bore you with this, but I'm testing out the camera at the same time. So, to give us all an idea of what the Panasonic 380 actually does or doesn't do. So, ice cream sticks are piling up again. I definitely got to get something going with those. Too many projects. Let's do a little zoom here for a minute. There's a chain hanging down there on a light. I don't know if you can see the chain or not, but let's see what happens here. Let's see if I can zoom in enough and yet maintain enough stability. Okay, there's just one part of the zoom on the optic zoom. That's the chain that operates the light down there. That's the only one on a chain. Okay. Well, anyway, you get an idea. Zoom's pretty good. So that's where we're at. And I'm on my coffee. Yeah, I am. And I'm only walking around to get an idea on what this does and doesn't do. What is today? Today is January 7th. Okay. I'm sorry, July 7th. 7/7/2018, and it is 11 o'clock. And I've been out here for a while already. I've had 1 cup of coffee and an English muffin, and I actually put another English muffin into the toaster. So we're going to pull that out. And now that it's probably cold, I'm going to have to put the butter on it. The butter. I like my kitchen, guys. This has got to get cleaned up over here too. It really does. And stick it in here so the butter will melt. Turn the light on for a minute so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Let's go 12 seconds. That should be enough. And so I gotta get over here, but actually I gotta clean this whole floor. I started cleaning in here, which I did. I took the air compressor and the electric leaf blower and blew everything off the floor into here. But I never got it any further in here, so what's happening is it's getting blown back into there. So I gotta get this floor all blown out and cleaned up, because this is all from, believe it or not, this winter. And I mean, this is my shop. It's a mess. I don't care. You know what I mean? You know, it lets me do things out here that the wife will not let me get away with in the house. However, you know, I mean, I still don't want it to be to a point to where I'm allergic to the shop or something and I can't come in here because I can't fight my way through. So, you know, like I say, I don't care about a mess if I drip a little paint on the floor, you know, or stuff like that. I just don't want, you know, to have so much shit on the floor. Well, even the boys, I don't want them to have to come in here and step on this with their feet, you know, because they clean their feet. And I don't know what the hell's on this floor from time to time. So that's going to be a project today as well. All right, guys, how much time I ate up, I don't know. 12 minutes it looks like. I haven't done anything but turn it on and start doing recording. So again, I hadn't read the book yet, haven't done any video searching. I was going to last night, but when I turned on the computer in the house, well, actually about, let me see, about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood last night. The wife has a problem with her iPad in the bedroom, or her tablet, let's put it that way. It's not an iPad. And it's starting to get hot out now, so it's getting time to turn the air on. So anyway, it kept disconnecting from Wi-Fi. So I did a whole reboot on the damn thing, you know, and started from fresh. And she had it all working, then it cut out again. So I said, well, what the hell's going on, you know? And then I noticed my computer was running a little slow as well. So what I'd done, I unplugged the modem from the internet completely and left it unplugged for, I don't know, it must have been a minute, minute and a half. And then I plugged it back in. And I told the wife that, you know, naturally everything's going to stop working, including the TV. And at that point, everything started coming up. But my computer wouldn't go back online. It found it. It shows it being there, but it's not there. So I decided to do a reboot. So when I did a reboot, you know, a restart, it came on, but the screen was like in like safe mode. You know, it was just big and out of shape. And a little thing popped up saying that my video card drivers can't be found. So naturally my video looks like crap. Or yeah, the video card. So I had to go back into Dell, download their new drivers, and then I had to go back into Microsoft and download whatever updates they had on the drivers and then reinstall everything. And then once I got all that done, everything started working fine again. So, but by that time I was, you know what, I'm tired. So I didn't have a chance to do any research on the camera. So I'm going to do that now while I'm having my English muffin.